Hello, everybody. SyrupDishes here, and I'm here to give you a tour of the Hormel Food Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. I had an uncle who worked at Hormel and retired there, so I checked out some videos about George A. Hormel and how he made spam from the front pork shoulder. Not here to talk about that. Let's talk about the museum. I headed over to the website, and I found out it's free to you and anybody who wants to go. I also found out some great deets that they got some restaurants in Austin that will make you a meal containing spam. We're going to have to check out Kenny's Oak restaurant. So let's head on down the road. Hey, what's that? Rushmore? Nah, that's nothing on the Spam Museum. We'll trek through snow, rain, sleet, whatever to get over to the Spam Museum. Austin's a town of about 26,000 plus or minus maybe 27,000. While you're there, you can hop a ride on a pig statue or maybe hold some pumpkins in a picture. I think that's a new trend. Who knows? When you go in, you meet some great people. We're not really going to talk a whole lot about the history here, but some of the things you might see. Just don't eat the exhibits when you go in there. Giant turkeys to scare you away, some riddles. Was it spiced ham that came up with spam, or what was the foundation of the name? You can see all sorts of types of spam. They'll even bring samples out. More to follow. There's some cool artwork, but we're not really at an art museum, are we? There's some great menus, but they aren't really making those for us. So you got to email them to you, which was great. I found some breakfast musubi, and I found some great Hawaiian locals burger with burger and spam. I don't know. I emailed them to me. I'll try them out. Lots of history here. Look for Easter eggs. One of these Easter eggs, George A. Hormel said something along the lines of, the front is fine, but the back is phooey. That sounds like something my wife would say. So let's check out some more of the history, see some of the research on some of the spam products and Hormel products, including dairy. Oh, look at that. An Easter egg there of some labels from history. You'll even get to see some of their canned ham products and Dinty Moore beef stew. That's a staple. Like if you're in college or something, you got to eat that, right? And how it impacted history around the globe, including the war efforts and spread from the U.S. to other countries like England. I don't know what they were saying there. They had an accent. I couldn't really understand all of that. It was something about an addiction to spam. I'm not sure if that's a thing or not, but I've never had really great spam, so I'm probably going to have to head over to Kenny's Oak Cafe, a 50s style cafe that'll serve me some spam. I got to learn about other places and what they did with spam. To be honest with you, I didn't pay that much attention because it was about food, and that just made my mouth water. So how am I supposed to learn about South Korea and the impact of bringing spam over during the war? And what the heck is musubi anyway? And why do they have a musubi container to help you make musubi? England was pretty cool, though, because I found some of these great games. This one's like Angry Birds. You can shoot spoons and forks and try and knock spam over on these towers. That was pretty neat and cool. All this great stuff. They had all these great little characters, too, like Sir Canalot, who 3 inches tall, rides a fire-breathing iguana. I searched and searched for this iguana, but I couldn't find it. It led me to this factory where I tried on this white coat, and I wasn't aware of this, but apparently there's a song that goes along with a guy my size in a coat. And then I put this hat on, and somebody said, hey, how did turtles mate? I didn't understand that. So then I grabbed a can of spam and I cooked it and put it together. This was kind of a fun game for kids, but my brothers weren't very good at this. They were timing themselves on how quick they could make spam, and they were like 12 seconds. I got 9 seconds. Bet you can't beat that, huh? So we toured the museum a little bit more, learned how spam was made, but there's this really, really cool thing about the bottom of cans. They say spam lasts forever, but really, you got to read, folks. There's a Best By date, so don't mess around with that. Cool stories about Monty Python's Sir Spam-A-Lot. And then there was this really, really cool bicycle for the bacon-fueled motorcycle. I thought that was pretty rad, pretty cool. They wouldn't let me in the kids' playhouse, though, because you had to be under 48 inches. So instead, I worked on all of these spam samples. And then I went back to trying to learn some more. Had no idea corn nuts, of all things, were related to Hormel Foods. And then there was some cool stuff about, like, donations and Hormel Foundation, and even a connection to the University of Minnesota with the Hormel Institute and all of the cool things they do there. But I tried to play these instruments and they got really mad at me for doing that. So I had to head back to all these fun games, but apparently they take an IQ of over 80. So I had to kind of take a break from that and move over to something easier. One of those internet quizzes that says, what kind of spam are you, or something like that. So I kind of found out, though, that I was the spam teriyaki, which was pretty rad. And then even that was a little difficult. So I had to go to these puzzles. And after about 3 hours of not figuring this puzzle out, I had to try and go find something a little bit easier. So I went over to this simple one over here that was like just spinning and kind of entertained me for a little bit. I was getting really bored of these games. I think they were meant for kids or maybe somebody with a higher IQ. I don't know. So I headed over to the gift shop. They had some really great things in there, shirts and cups and glasses and pins, but I was really ecstatic about all the different kinds of spam and what you could buy there for the spam. So I said, you know what? I'm getting hungry. I'll just look at food. Let's head out and let's go to Kenny's Oak Grill and let's check out that menu. This 50 Styles Cafe had like all sorts of cool 50s regalia and stuff, and their menu, they said they could substitute any meat for spam, but I found the spam to melt, and it was like a grilled cheese with spam and bacon, and who doesn't love grilled cheese, especially when it's got spam in it? This thing was like bomb.com. I devoured it. After that, it was all over, and I had to head back to Wyoming and lay-mo. I hope you liked this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. SyrupDishes.